In the last 10 or 11 years, I've started realizing that I've slowly lost who I am and slowly lost what I used to love doing, the little things I used to love doing. Now, my husband might disagree with me here and says that I still do a lot of the things I like. In a way, it is true because I'm doing these YouTube videos. I do my knitting, which I enjoy. I, on occasion, watch movies, and that's slowly gone in the back as well. But the little things like going to the spa or dressing up or just doing my hair, doing my nails, talking to my friends for an hour or so and just talking, going for a coffee with my friends. All of those no longer come as one of the priorities in my life. And that kind of sucks. Hi, welcome to my channel, Grow with Kids, where we talk about raising children and traveling with them. I'm your host, Rena. This particular video I wanted to create because I was checking out videos by Life with Leah, and she does amazing work, so definitely check out her site. One of the videos inspired me. It was on self-care. And what I've realized is that as a mom, we put self-care as number 10 in the priority list, or even number 20 in the priority list, because we put everything else and everyone else before us. Our kids need to be taken care of, everything for them needs to happen, the house needs to be cleaned, our husband needs to be tended to, our family and friends need to be tended to, our work needs to be tended to. Everything else comes before us. And you don't realize you're doing that until so many years have passed. And then you're like, okay, what's going on here? Leah put it really well in her video where she says that, you know how in airplanes, when you go on an airplane, they say before put the mask on yourself before you help your child? That's the same thing. If you don't take care of you, how are you going to take care of everyone else? If you're not happy, how are you going to make how can you make somebody else happy? Because you don't even know how to be happy. So how can you make somebody else happy? If you're not financially stable, how can you give to a charity? If you're not healthy and you aren't looking out for yourself, and in the short term, yeah, you're taking care of everything, but you're not going to be there for the long term, because slowly then others will need to take care of you because you haven't taken care of you. So self-care comes with self-awareness. If you're self-aware of what you need, you can better take care of you. Before I had my kids, I used to love going to the spa. I used to love going for facials every month. I used to love getting my hair done. I used to love getting my manicure done. I used to love dressing up and wearing makeup and just looking good. And it wasn't to impress anyone, it was just for me, because it made me feel good. It made me feel fabulous. Now, I get up, I just put on what's comfortable. I put my hair up either in a ponytail or on a clip. I don't usually wear makeup except for a little bit of eyeliner, a little bit of lip gloss, and that's it. I'm ready for the day. Those are the little things, and they bug you after a while. They're like, this is not me. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my god, what in the world do I look like? Who am I? And it's not whether I've gained weight or whether I haven't done makeup or anything. It's just how you imagine yourself to be in your head and how you see yourself in the mirror. If they're two different people, you're going to have a conflict. They're going to clash and beat each other up. So there will be a point in your life where you're going to be hit with like, oh my goodness, I need to fix this. And that self-awareness brings about change. That is when you are hit with like, yes, time to make that change. Time for self-care. So being self-aware and knowing that you need to do that is great. But where do you begin? You haven't done this for such a long time that you don't know where to begin, because you need to still be able to take care of everything else in your life because you have responsibilities. So these are the little things that I've learned from my own lessons and trials and errors that hopefully will help. And if you know something better, definitely let me know in the comments, so that way then I can also improve and maybe not really hate myself or not taking care of me when I look in the mirror. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be alerted of videos posted twice every week. So, where do you begin? What I started doing was fitting it into my daily tasks and seeing what can fit into my lifestyle, rather than doing something that will just change my routine. I'm trying to fit it into my routine so that it doesn't have a drastic impact on my daily tasks, and it doesn't shock me, so that I do it for 1 or 2 days and then I don't do it again. So the one thing I've started doing in order to take care of my health is I've started decreasing the amount of sugar or the amount of carbs I eat. I just decrease the portions that I have, or if the kids are having sweets, desserts and stuff, I try to eat baby carrots, or I go for the nuts and cashews that I have instead, so that way then I'm able to fill my hunger and I don't feel the urge to go for the dessert. And then everything I drink, for example tea or coffee, I don't put sugar, so I avoid putting sugar. And believe me, once you have like 1 or 2 cups, and here's my tea without sugar, it tastes pretty much the same, and your body gets used to it without the sugar. You have to start doing things that become a habit, and if they become a habit, they become part of your routine, and then therefore it doesn't feel like it's something extra that you're putting into your life. The other thing I do is I wake up a little earlier, and I'm able to fit in a lot more of my me time that I need. So I like journaling, I like meditating, I like catching up on videos and learning online. So I do that. I wake up a little bit earlier, and then I'm able to fit that in. I'm able to fit a little bit of breathing into it in as well. Little things that I used to love doing before I had kids, I'm able to fit those in during that time. And therefore, when the kids are awake and I have to get back into those tasks, I don't feel that bad, nor do I feel guilty that I'm taking time away from them to do my thing. So you also want to do things that don't bring about guilt or make you feel that you're being selfish. Mind you, that is one thing that should never come in when you're taking care of you, but I know from my own experience, as a mom, we do have a tendency to feel that way. So in order to avoid bringing that feeling even into it, or even considering that feeling, just do it before the kids wake up or after the kids are asleep, so that way then you're not taking anything away from them. The third thing I do is I try to fit things in and bring my kids involved, get my kids involved as well into it. So one thing is that the fact that I love going to the beach and just going for a walk. I take my kids with me and my husband with me. They throw rocks, they collect seashells, and I just do a little walk. Or I just stand in front of the water and just listen to the waves, because I love doing that as well. So try to fit it in that way, and therefore the kids have their time. You have time with the kids, but at the same time you got a little bit of you back, something that you enjoyed. And lastly, ask for help. So, for example, I definitely want to get back into having facials every month. So what I've done is I've told my husband that that's something that I really would like, and it's going to take me about an hour, so maybe 2 hours max, because time to go and come back and then the facial itself. So 2 hours once a month, I'll just go and do it and come back. And he's agreed. So I put it as a time, as a recurring meeting in my calendar, and then I worked it out with my husband, so then I'm able to go every month to go get my facial done, because that's something that I feel I need, that would, one, make me feel better, and that would second make me feel like I'm doing something for me, and something that I used to love doing when I didn't have kids. Life will continue, and if you don't start making those little changes now, you're gonna be 60 and realize, where did my life go? And you don't want to be at that stage. And this is one of my biggest fears as well, that I'm 80 years old and I look back and I realize that I didn't do anything for me. I didn't do any of the things that I wanted to do. I didn't accomplish any of my dreams. So you have to start putting those into your life now, without that guilt, because if you feel guilty now for doing something for yourself, when you're 80, you're gonna feel guilty for not doing anything for yourself. So what's worse? That's something that you have to decide for yourself. What's worse, doing something for you now, so that you don't regret not being able to live your life, or doing everything now for everyone else and then get to a point where you're not able to do anything for yourself? So that's a struggle I myself have on a regular basis, and I believe that a lot of you also go through that. Now, sometimes we get so bogged down with our own feelings that we think that we're the only ones going through it, but what I've realized is that that's not really the case. A lot of people are going through a lot of the things that I might be going through. And it's a matter of just talking to others and sharing your feelings and sharing what you're going through. And you'd be surprised that they may have gone through it, or they are going through it right now. So that's one of my biggest thing, is that I sometimes feel scared and sad that I'm feeling this way, and that I might be the only one, and everyone has it better put together, and I wonder how they have it put together. And by just talking to someone, it makes you realize that that's not really the case. So by having that support system, by being able to talk to your friends, being able to talk to others, you realize that you're not the only one. There are a lot of forums out there that you could join. There are a lot of groups out there, that mom groups out there that help. Talking to your friends, talking to your family makes a big difference, and it helps eliminate that guilt. It helps eliminate a lot of those anxious and scared and sad feelings that do tend to come up. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions or comments, definitely write them down in the comment section. Do definitely check out Life with Leah and her self-care video, as well as all the other videos that she's done that are amazing. If you'd like to be part of this community, you're always welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that we can meet every week and talk about kids. Until next time.